Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, January 3rd, 2022, excuse me, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will be having a Time for Change call this Wednesday at 9 p.m. and this Friday, Reverse Aging Health call at 9 p.m. on this line. What would it be like? What would it be like to be loved by everyone you met? It is all of our birthrights to allow ourselves to feel loved and appreciated no matter how lost, unhappy, or flawed we may feel inside. Just for today, imagine that every single human being you meet appreciates you, accepts you, and loves you just the way you are. Imagine everyone you meet today is smiling big because they are so happy to see you. They see through your mask and are looking at the divine soul that you are. This is simply because divinity is our natural radiating essence. Yes is divine. And of course, we are also very fleshy, messy, and sexy. So we are both human and divine. We are the perfect balance of heaven and earth. Yet, I dare you to accept your divinity today and watch how people respond differently to you when you actually believe it. It is necessary to make one's mind all prayer, every breath a melody of direction and devotion, one's heart all love, one's soul a glorified song of compassion, mercy, understanding, and humility, Annalise Scarron. Each of us, right in this very moment, have access to the internal power to completely heal ourselves of any psychological problem, emotional trauma, or physical pain that may be reoccurring. Now, this is despite what we've all been told by doctors, teachers, and the majority of this society. There is substantial scientific proof that we each have the natural power within to heal ourselves. This world is hypnotized with billions of people who believe humans are inherently powerless and incapable of healing themselves. This is the underlying premise behind all school systems educating kids to become doctors. Doctors don't support self-healing. Otherwise, they'd be out of business. It's in their highest financial interest to believe that human beings need something outside of themselves to heal. When we truly adventure deeper within our innermost being through meditation and conscious intention, we can connect with a deep reservoir of healing energy that exists inside our core. Throughout reaching into our spiritual level of existence, we can access a regenerating effect on our cells that initiates a healing reaction throughout the body and the mind. Through this sacred meditation practice that I'm going to share with you, you'll be able to unlock your natural healer within and allow a real physical healing to take place. You will learn how to touch the healing nectar hidden inside you. The instant you tap into this awesome internal energy, you'll feel a deep wave of joy penetrating your body. Many waves of delightful sensations will be accessible inside your being. By touching these powerful energies in you, you realize how divinely perfect this life actually is, and how amazingly powerful the mind and body truly are. The first step to awakening our healing powers within is to deeply accept the possibility that we were all born with the supernatural, God-given power to heal ourselves. Now, we can instantly bring lightness and wholeness into the cellular memory of any dis-ease. Once this idea is accepted on a conscious and subconscious level, fully embraced as the real truth, then we will have officially begun the journey of self-healing. Find God. This is our mission. You are the center of the universe. Your center is God, consciousness, absolute reality, the perfection. Finding this is the only real peace that exists, Robert Adams. The next thing is to spend as many hours as you can throughout the day and evening letting your attention rest. Letting your attention rest and relax into your breath. By following the sacred flow of life force moving through your lower belly, you'll find the breath acts like a perpetual swinging door that opens up the pleasure-filled floodgates for healing to manifest. Your breath is the secret to life and the gate to access your healing source. The more closely you can follow your breath, tag along behind the constant rise and falling movement with full awareness, the deeper the mind will drop inward to discover the most calm, quiet, and meditative spaces you can imagine within. It is from being so close to your breath, seeing it as a divine healing gift forever with you, secretly given to you by God, that's always flowing with pure healing life force through you, that the trillions of cells in your body inadvertently start to receive the most potent healing spiritual power that already abides at your very core. You need to choose to practice holding on to the tail end of your breath as if it were a flying dragon soaring through infinity. The healing energy will soon rise up within you when you can actually remain connected with the tail of this wild dragon without grasping tightly onto it or letting it go. By persistently surrendering the mind inwards, persistently surrendering the mind inwards to the breath for as many inhalations and exhalations as you can, as often during the day as you can, you will slowly start to experience a closer relationship with your breath. This may take days or weeks, depending on how curious and how consistent you are. It may be challenging or seem ridiculous, yet no matter what the mind says, no matter, surrender to your experience, whatever it may be. Each experience in this life is the right experience, as God cannot make a mistake. When the mind is surrendered to the breath, everything gets super quiet inside. And the healing, calming energy takes over our bodies on its own accord. Now, as we practice following our breath for the majority of our day, we will see many miraculous things spontaneously occur. People, situations, and events that would normally have been triggering or burdensome, suddenly spawn new, fresh moments of life and liberation. The mind will become very curious about this enlightening, calming effect that following your breath has, which then becomes the cornerstone frequency of your body. In the stillness lies the greatest power. When consciousness becomes perfectly still, the illusion is perfectly understood because it is consciousness that is creating the illusion. When the thinking mind is still, then you see reality as it is. You realize that self and other are not separate. The mountain and the valley are inseparable. Everything is connected. One consciousness, one field that moves through all. Everything has spirit. It is happening through you, as you. You are the you in universe. Awaken the world film. The more often that any of us follow the breath, the more stillness enters our minds. The stillness that we discover inside will unlock the mind, bring the ego down to its knees. You'll not be so easily trapped or lost in some future worry, any longing to be someplace else, any demand or desire for healing, or caught in some emotional sticky drama. As your mind becomes still and quiet, it becomes free from all its old patterns and strategies. A very calm and deep healing presence naturally bubbles up from the inside. Although watching your breath sounds ridiculously simple and promises outrageous healing results, it actually works. It simply takes your willingness to let go of your busy lifestyle and explore the actual spiritual world within you. It's good to know that today's best quantum physicists have proven how diseases are psychosomatic at the root, which the DNA can be transformed through the mere intention to release the illness. And Greg Braden demonstrated this in a video where they heal a tumor live on camera in only 3 minutes with conscious intent. Our body, all of our bodies, healing will happen naturally as we access a higher consciousness within. This is a fact. It's not made up. It is not figuratively. It's literally. A consciousness that knows no fear, only feels kind, gentle, and loving to your heart. This higher consciousness is discovered through following your thoughts to the source they are originating from, the source of creation, which is the source of all illness and healing. The greatest challenge we will all find is that the mind will want to wander every which way but in. So it helps to start with the practice while watching your breath to also be watching your mind. Observe it as if you were sitting in the back seat of a movie theater, looking over the crowd of opinionated viewers, seeing the light from the projector creating images on the screen from far beyond you. Imagine that you're watching the entire movie of your life all the way up to the moment you become or became ill. Notice the pain you accepted into your body and why. Notice the situations that happened in the movie of your life which led up to the moment you started to identify with your pain. Step back. Observe this dramatic movie, watching it all unfold. Now it's time to take you to see a very special new film called Letting Go of Fear and Trusting in the Unknown. You watch how your day unfolds from this relaxed, trusting seat, noticing wherever you are and whatever you are doing, there's a smile on your face. You're happy because you know everything is going to turn out perfectly in the very end. You walk out of the theater and return to your normal programming, watching how your mind continues to repeat its same old negative thoughts and emotional low-vibe routine. Observe what it's dreaming about and how it follows the same old highways as yesterday, desiring, thinking, pondering, scheming, trying to figure it all out. What is the solution? How do I reach success? How to best live this life? Relate to other people, heal the past, and recreate a new future. Let the mind do its thing, yet make sure you tell it, hey, I'm not going to get lost in your next film. I'm done with being entertained by your drama. No more. Your mind might try to hook you quickly or give you a few hours to reboot and relax. However it responds, just keep observing and watching its antics from a safe distance. Once you are able to detach from the mind, you make space inside you to receive the deepest conscious healing space of relaxation. You feel that you are more capable to relax into your breath and gently hold on to the tail end of that wild dragon. When you finally can stay connected with this dragon for 48 minutes in a row, you'll receive the silence and stillness necessary for true spontaneous healing to rise from within. Whatever you do, don't have any expectations or demands on yourself, or you'll get frustrated with this breathing exploration. Life is a journey to be explored all the way to the end. It is all perfect in itself, and our task is to reveal what are the missing crucial elements we need for totally enjoying this awesome, magical ride. Falling in love, you remain a child. Rising in love, you mature. By and by, love becomes not a relationship, it becomes a state of your being. Not that you are in love, now you are love. Osho. The final step in healing your life is cleansing and purifying your body with green juices, raw fruits, and vegetables. You'll want to do this immediately when you discover you're not well. And I'm leaving it as the final step because you need to believe you can heal yourself first and follow your breath before any healing challenges can take place. In order to deal with the detoxification experience, you will need to have a very calm, meditative mind and vice versa. A purified body is essential. It's essential so that it can reboot itself and be clean enough to fully receive the new change. The reason we manifest illness is because we are fighting the flow of life or trying to control life on some mental, emotional, or physical level. Once we detach and trust the process, the healing feeling can come through. By removing all the layers of toxicity built up in your system, you might initially feel sicker rather than feeling better as the toxins begin to push their way through. This is a part of the healing process, as these impurities are having to find a new home outside your physical body. It's good to know that the experience of healing yourself is not about solving a problem your body is having. Your soul manifested these symptoms for a greater purpose. Often pain is a teacher helping you to slow down so that you take the time to dive inwards and develop your spiritual path. Other times, it's about pushing us to live in a deeper state of gratitude and reverence for the loved ones still in our lives. Whatever reason your soul has for creating this challenging situation, it all boils down to coming home to the divine beings we all truly are. Discovering this powerful being that lives and breathes inside each and every one of us is the backbone to healing anything that any of us are facing. By unraveling our false small selves to reveal the true big self who is without boundaries or limitations, we will find our life finds its true meaning and purpose. Even though the effects of this healing practice are astounding, your challenge might be in having the willingness to let go of any attachment to how healing should occur for you from previous assumptions. The mind must transcend those old programmed beliefs which say taking a pill will solve and cure my problem. Natural healing is your birthright, and it has to occur when a deep state of inner peace and divine spiritual connection becomes your experience all day long. Then, when you're ready to be responsible and own your divine power within, you can intentionally manifest any level of healing you desire. It is only through retraining the mind to trust in something beyond this outer world and beneath your inner world that you will learn how to be free. You must choose to abandon the ego, detach from all of its desires, if you wish to win any battle with illness and pain. You must choose to abide in patience, dwell in persistence, trust that the divine universe has your best interest in mind at all times. Following your breath through your day provides a healing home for your consciousness to abide. It is the most sacred path to finding the deepest inner peace and the highest spiritual connection. The rise and fall of this all-powerful life force is the gateway to experiencing the vastness of our souls. And when we simply let go of all of our struggling, striving, and holding on to the illusions about the outer world, every stressful thought is released. When you are unified with the breath, you find this natural relationship with the Great Spirit, where total healing and wholeness can effortlessly manifest for each of us in the most exquisite ways. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax the body through the breath. Now, we all know that we are not the body. That's a huge understanding. We are not the body, the personality, the name, the character, our belongings, our status in this current life. We are the God, each of us. So in order to relax the body, heal the body, we focus on the breath. Breath is super powerful. The key here is that the ego mind will constantly keep you from focusing on your breath. Don't think it will give up easy. That's why hanging on to the tail of the dragon and riding it all the way to the end. That's the persistence. That's the commitment that you make for yourself, with yourself. And the breath stills the ego mind. You leave the ego mind alone. You step outside of it. It's amazing what happens when you're focused on your breath and you have stilled the ego mind, subconscious mind. And all you're doing is you're focused on your breath and you're watching the ego mind. That's what you're doing. You're focused on your breath and you're watching the ego mind. You're not judging it. You just got to know how it operates. Now, I'm not saying this is an easy thing to do because we're so used to being distracted by the ego mind, but it is imperative that we learn to do this, that we have firm conviction and persistency to follow through with it. Try focusing sometime today for 48 minutes on your breath, only your breath, and see what happens. This is what relaxes the body. This is what eases the body. To be able to click into that state, of consciousness through the breath you will find that you will be able to heal the body. And it's not a joke. It's not something crazy. It's not made up. It's not a bunch of smoke and mirrors. It's a fact. We have all been trained, us beings in these bodies have been trained to believe that everything is outside of us, that nothing is inside of us, and that we are powerless to do anything about anything. And that's what happens. And it's proof. You all know that. You can look around without judging. You feel it. You know it. This is a huge transition for this civilization. And all of it is the power that each of us are within these bodies. So the breath brings us into the now. And as we do all this, the body relaxes. Stress, tension, anxiety, fear, worry, constant. By the ego mind. No wonder these bodies get to the point where they become in dis-ease. Not in ease, but in dis-ease. And we start figuring this out. Miraculous things will happen. Some of us, it'll take longer. Ego mind's so strong with some of us that it takes us longer. Others sooner. Others, halfway, in between. All these healing applications that'll be coming out, all of them. As I've said, they're a good thing because those of us who are consciously aware to a certain extent will look at those to continue to remind us that we have the same capability and ability to heal our bodies that those afford us. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it overnight. But again, it's practice. It's conviction. It's commitment to oneself. It's discovery of the God that you are within that body. And it's your choice. No one else's. It's how you choose. But you don't do it halfway. You do it all the way. So once you begin, you don't ever end it. You're always focusing on the breath. And eventually it'll be natural. It won't be something you have to force. Picture this in your heart, mind, emotion picture. You get up one morning and your body feels ill. It just isn't right. You know it. It's not right. But you are not operating through the ego mind. So you immediately click into the breath. And you focus on the breath. And you move deeper and deeper within you and the God that you are. And then as you focus on the breath, and you tend to the body, whether it be pain, whatever it may be, and you focus on the breath, and you visualize the healing and the easing of your body, watch what happens. But if you're not focused on the breath, nothing will happen. This whole journey that we've been on for hundreds of thousands of years, first we went outside of ourselves for a very long time. It is not surprising that some of us are so stuck in that following external authority and external influence and communication and input that we're completely blind, deaf, dumb to anything except that which is outside of us. Now, we take the step to go within. And from that day forward that you decide to go within, You will not ever go outside of yourself. You will view things, yes. You will interact with things, yes. But you will do it from your God center, within you, within that body. And by focusing on the breath and being in the now and understanding your body, eventually you will heal it, no matter what's going on with it. That's an absolute fact. And you'll be able to do it almost instantaneously. But you cannot hurry it, rush it, overnight it. You must choose to be patient, confirming your dedication and commitment to going within, focusing on the breath. The breath is super magical. It's divine positive energy. Our gods come into these bodies, we power them up, which then allows the body to breathe, and the air outside of it to come in, which then does what? The body sustains the God within that gave it the power to do so. Doesn't it make sense that you should be able to heal the same body that you give power to so it can sustain you, the God? Just like when we go into these bodies, right? And we see the seven lights, the chakras, tailbone to head. And these are chakras, and their definition is wheels of light. And they're spiritual etherical energy. We are spiritual etheric energy, and we flow through these. We know everything there is to know. The gods that we are know everything there is to know about these bodies, and then some. Any roadblock, any pain, any sorrow, any anguish, all of it, right down to the quantum core. We always have. Isn't it amazing that we have been so tricked, so deluded to believe that we are powerless, that we have no ability to heal these bodies, that we must rely on complete strangers, and look what happened. Look what happened to all of us on this planet. And that time's ended. Now we go within. And then we start discovering our true power, our real essence, our true direction. Now we have an understanding. We're consciously aware to a certain point, or we wouldn't be in this meditation. Consciously aware means that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, and the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And that we know that the God that we are, however you want to label the power that we are, entering these bodies, we're the heaven, the God source, the kingdom of God. And the body is the earth. And every single step that any of us take on this planet, we're creating paradise. Not an illusion. It is a reality. We are supreme reality. And we're shining our light. And the light is the God force, love, light, energy that we all have within us. Omnipotently powerful. Endless. Immortal. Throughout infinity. And we're flooding everything. All life, the highest supreme value in the universes, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, all the time. You can go on a blasting spree with your God force, love, light, energy. Saturate all your friends, relatives. I don't care if you like them or you don't. Saturate them all. Blast them all with that God force, love, light, energy. Now, if you were to take a starship off this planet and look at the planet, you would see that it glowed. And after all, there's 8 billion gods on this planet. Whether they're awake or asleep, there are gods on this planet, that many of them. And you would also notice that all the lights in the universe, this universe, all the lights would dim. They would look like candles in the dark, a burning candle in the dark, dim in comparison. Now, we know that we have parts of us that are asleep, parts of us gods that are asleep. They will wake in their own time. We communicate with the parts of ourselves that are awake. And some being could be 1 billion light years away, but one with all of us, and that's them. And this is all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Archangels, cherubim, seraphim archetypes, ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua, all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth, all of our loved ones who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited, all of the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. Now, the numbers are astronomical. A googolplex. What's a googolplex? A googolplex fills this entire universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. Not 1 square inch. These are trillions of googolplexes coming from trillions of universes from every direction. And we're all gathered, consciously aware, still carrying some of our parts that aren't, for the total liberation of this planet, Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Now, the archangels, their civilization have vibrated at a different frequency than we do. That's why we don't see them like we see each other. But we do meet with them. We do interact with them. Sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. But when we do, we do. That could be anything. You could have just a casual conversation with a complete stranger. Might last a few minutes. Who knows? But then something comes over you or within you that says that was not just, there was something about that person and that conversation. And then sometimes you'll try to look for them, they're gone. And there's other times where we're thinking this, right? That, oh, it'd be really great if I had another pair of hands here. And someone shows up. Not all the time, but someone does show up on occasion. And that's an angel. And you look up and see where they went, and they're gone. Now, they deliver the same message, but it's been delivered throughout the ages in many different ways. Isn't it magna glorious to be alive in these bodies? And it is. We're given the opportunity. We're actually given a tremendous gift to be in a physical form, to inhabit a physical form, to experience that physical form, to be able to do all the things that we do that most of us take for deep granted. For instance, we take eating for granted. Taste, laughing, smiling, crying, frowning. We take a lot of things for granted. And being in these bodies is absolutely magniglorious. Now imagine for a moment through your heart mind, if you or when you choose to go within and practice this understanding and this deep gratitude 24/7, that I have a body, that I'm in, and it is absolutely divine. Exactly the way it is. Now, they can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands or tens of millions. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. And if you choose, ask them, they'll be there in the blink of the eye. And you'll be experiencing bliss. Now, light energy beings, because of the eyes that we have with these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. So we don't see the infrared light spectrum, the violet light spectrum, the ultraviolet light spectrum, the red light spectrum, the infrared, all of those. But those beings in shapes, color, sizes, forms, and configurations are here. But there is a group that we are dependent on, part of it, on a daily basis. The fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trolls, the magics or the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and ask yourself, the body that you're in, that you keep powered, could you stay in that body if the body did not have any water? No. What about air? No. Most likely wood, fire? Probably not. So we're interdependent on the elementals quite heavily, that we take so much for granted. Again, moving ourselves and choosing to be in deep gratitude 24/7, no matter what's going on around you. Now, the Ascended Masters, they have ascended into physical form and mastered physical form. They have ascended out of physical form. They hold pure consciousness, God form. We have ascended into physical form. We're in the process of mastering physical form, and we are creating our experiences to perfect our creation. Now, the galactics, celestials, off-worlders, over 1,000 species travel through the solar system every day. Trillions throughout the universes every day. We're familiar with a small group, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Feline, the Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avian. Now, this particular group has been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. Now, we're all gathered, so to speak, arm in arm, hand in hand, and in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand and grow. We immediately form a circle of light above the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. This light emanates from the kingdom of God, the God source, heaven. Each and every one of us, the gods within these bodies. It is pure, deep, eternal love. And we are flooding this planet. Everything, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe is head to toe, inside now. Non-stop. Infinity. It's like a golden veil that keeps shimmering down, just embracing all life. Now, this light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. Not only that, it would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And we begin to ascend above the planet, we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. And the only way to describe it is, because it's everywhere, we're swimming in it. You see this, that's something we've never seen before on this planet, a massive grand finale fire display that would blow away any in the history of this planet. A laser light show that we've never laid eyes upon. And the ballroom globe mirror that you've seen that just slowly turns and it reflects all the light. Except this one is 1 trillion times larger and 1 trillion times more intense. Combine all that, and through your heart, mind's motion picture, see it, feel it. It's absolutely spectacular. And we're in it. So we're curious, if we look at the reflective points and we get close enough, we see these little tiny microscopic mirrors perfectly etched that we enter, and we discover that all of us gathered, consciously aware, are learning and teaching from each other. Even the parts of us that are asleep. And it's never ending. Remember, when you look at a tree, you would, if you were being external, right, you would say that the tree is life. But then when you go within, you will understand that the tree is not life. The God within the tree is the life, which gives the tree the ability to exist. It's no different than your dog, your cat, your bird, a squirrel, a mouse, a bug in the rug, a fly on the wall, a leaf, a blade of grass, a bush. Doesn't matter. We are in a constant soup of divine energy, and we are always learning, never stopping. We're either teaching or learning. We're either students or teachers. Teachers or students, or maybe sometimes even both. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is the column of light that we created to remind us all that we are the power of healing. We were then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor. Nothing like the armor on this planet, way beyond that. And it emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every single one of us. It is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And this protects us 24/7 throughout infinity. The lower dark matter, survival matter frequency can come near us, or it'll vaporize, so they stay away. Same with no such thing as demon possession or attachment. They stay away. or they cease to exist. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency, whether consciously or unconsciously, low enough through hatred, anger, greed, hurriedness, envy, fear, worry, revenge, you will create a breach in your white fire armor. Enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Then the possibilities are endless with demon possession, attachments, all sorts of interesting things with the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. If you do decide to do this, you'll find that you're immediately met with a double column of light. The first part of this column is the purple transmuting flame. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. The second part of this column of light is the violet ray. We created this part of the column to remind us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we are the sun, the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the trees and the forests and the soils and the animals. We are the clouds and the skies. We are the mountains. We are literally everything, and everything is us. So the next time that you do see starry-lit night sky, rainbow, sunset, sunrise, ocean front, mountain view, and we usually look at these and say how beautiful it is. But when you're within and through the heart mind, you look at it and say, that is the God that I am. A whole different understanding. That is the God that I am. We continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us decide to step outside our physical form and hover effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. And the reason we do that is because it's fun. And we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower, it's larger than a solar system, and beyond. In the center of the column, we notice this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white bowl of light. Now, that's surrounded by multicolored rings of light, which seem to be endless. And they've all created this massive, super white, bright, almost, it looks like cloud mist, and you can see it sparkling and flashing arcs of energy. And it's absorbed within our heart mind. It goes right through our heart center. And it's like a warm embrace that never ends. We discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And then comes gratitude with the rings. Peace, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, tranquility, benevolence, great abundance, great prosperity. It's endless, as the rings seem to be. And then we discover that all of it is a reflection of the gods that all of us are. Now we designed the top of this crystalline tower so that the golden ocean can come cascading down 24/7 throughout eternity. And that's what it does. That's what it's doing right now. We're all swimming in it. This is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love. And it's flooding this planet, head to toe, inside and out, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe, with this love that we all are. Now, we're all drops of this golden ocean. Not only that, we hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere, it's that center circle. We all created this sphere going on almost 4 years ago. It holds well over 1,700 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Now, these meditations continue to intensify, continue to expand and grow. They don't wane, they don't disappear, they don't end. This is throughout infinity. Now picture that, see that through your heart, mind's motion picture. What this is. You can plug into it anytime you want. Hundreds of millions of us. In the stillness lies the greatest power. When consciousness becomes perfectly still, the illusion is perfectly understood, because it is consciousness that is creating the illusion. When the thinking mind is still, then you see reality as it is. You realize that self and other are not separate. The mountain and the valley are inseparable. Everything is connected. One consciousness, one field that moves through all. Everything has spirit. It is happening through you as you. You are the you in universe. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. Whoever you've decided you are is still the tiniest fraction of who you really are. You are not defined by the ideas you have about yourself, nor your desires, nor the shape of your body, and not the positive or negative attitude of your mind. We are all beyond all of this. We are indefinable. We are greater than our minds can fathom. We are a spiritual energy which is unbounded and infinite. This is the true you that will never die. For 5 minutes sometime today, sit with the question, who am I? Explore it with your heart, not with your head. Be aware of the mind whenever it creates another idea of who you will be or who you were, and instead dive into the very essence of your being. Explore what is here now at the very core of you in this moment. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. And we will return here January 4th, Tuesday, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.